Bat fans, I'm sure you're here for the same reason I am. Dessert! Alright, so let's get started. As you all know, you're going to want to remove your gloves and your van braces because it's time to wash your hands. So we're just going to put these aside, roll up our sleeves, over here, a little bit of soap. Remember, one hand washes the other. Get in between those fingers too. There we go, quick rinse, and we are all set to go. Today, what we're going to be making are Bat Guano cookies. They are delicious, they're quick to make, and there's no baking required, but there is some light cooking, stirring, some precise timing, and technique. So, let's get started. I like to start with my dry ingredients. What we're going to have is 2 separate bowls. Add after, add now. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 cups of sugar, and we're going to put this directly into our pot. The wider your pot, the better. You want this to be able to steam off a little bit. So there's 1 cup of sugar. Yeah, give or take, it's 2 cups. There we go. Good to go. Next dry ingredient that I'm going to add in here is about 3.5, 4.5, cups of oatmeal. Don't get any of that crap like gluten-free. Just get the full flavored stuff. Do yourself a favor. 1, 2, 3, and I guess that's about 4 there. That should be good enough, right? Anything that tastes good is right. The next ingredient, cocoa powder. 6 tablespoons of it. Not this, this. That's a tablespoon. We're gonna put that directly into your pot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lots of dry ingredients here. Next up, we're going to start adding our wet ingredients. By the way, this bowl right now, done for now. Put it aside. Yeah. 1/2 cup of milk. You don't even have to know what I'm doing. You just have to follow along. So we're going to put in 1/2 cup of milk. Right there. And 1/2 cup of butter, margarine, Crisco, whatever have you. I don't care, they're your cookies. Just as long as it follows along with my general recipe, which says some sort of oil. So, we're gonna go. There we go. So, we're all done with that. And next ingredient, as I like to do with all my baking, some vanilla extract. But since we're not really baking, there's not gonna be any nutmeg this time. 1 dash, 2 dash. Just 2 dashes. Great. The next step is going to be to put this mixture right here on the stove. And we are going to bring it to a hard boil and then remove it from heat. So what I'm going to do now is turn it on. Low heat. I'm going to stir it on low heat until the butter is melted and all the ingredients are mixed together. And then it will crank it up to high, and we're going to get it to a nice hard boil. We're just going to tumble it around. And that's going to be what we do with the dry ingredients. But what better way to do it than to demonstrate? So, once all this melted, I'll see you back here. Welcome back. As you can see now, my mixture of sugar and chocolate is now pleasantly melted down. The next step to this is going to be to bring it to a hard boil. So we're cranking this up to high. And while we're waiting for it to boil, we're going to have to stir regularly, but we also need to set up over on this end. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up some wax paper. Don't be shy, you're going to need a lot. You can set up this wax paper because as soon as this stuff is done, you're going to be scooping it onto the wax paper. But you can't let it sit idle. That's why it needs to be prepared. If you stir this up, and you'll see what I mean, to a hard boil, and you let it idle, boom, burnt, ruined. Ruined half your batch, just like that. So, Next thing we're going to do is turn around over here, and we're going to start stirring this until we come to a hard boil. Be patient, it's going to happen for you. This is what we call a light boil. We've got some bubbles coming up, we've got some steam, but what we want is some really hard bubbles. Bubbles everywhere, bubbles all the time. Don't let it burn to the bottom. Getting there, we've got to stir fast to keep it from burning to the bottom. That's it, turn off the heat. Dump in your dry ingredients, mix, mix, mix. Do not let it sit still. Crucial moments here, everyone, crucial moments. Remove from the heat. So far we've turned off the heat, a few moments later removed it from the heat, keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring, get this really well mixed. Alright, and just a quick flip over here. Stir, stir, stir. Alright. We want to keep stirring until the bottom of the pan is cool enough that it's not going to burn. Okay. Sitting somewhat there now. Alright. There we go. Boom! There's a plop. The bats are out tonight, and they're going boom! They're just exiting the cave. Look at them go. They're dropping all their guano before they go for a hunt. Oh yes. That wasn't a fruit bat, I can tell you that much. Give it a stir, give it a stir. Oh, that's a big one. Look at the size of that bat guano right there. Dark and rich, tasty. A little bit there, a little bit there. These are sure to please. Oh yes. Oh yes. Of course, I'll have to give you another demonstration. This may be what the little bats drop, but then you've got bats like me, and they're like blammo. They're more like that one right there. Now remember, the size that you make these will actually change the consistency of them. If you want them really hard and crunchy, you'll make them very tiny like this one. If you want them more squishy and succulent, you're going to have a big one like the ones I drop. We'll just keep going on over here. And as a people pleaser that I am, I like to have a variety of sizes, and I like to have mostly medium. So let's see if we can do a few more medium ones over here. And medium, and yeah, a little on the small side of a medium right there. Don't touch it, it's hot. Don't do what I just did, where I tried to keep this from spilling with my own hand. Lucky for me, I dodged my own splashings. See how we're running out of room? I told you not to be stingy. There we go. And a little one there. And another one over here. Now, if you've done this right, you won't even be able to lick your spoon, because one, it's going to be too hot, and two, it's going to be kind of rigid on there, really hard by the end. We are doing great, everyone. Very simple recipe. Very, very simple to both make and to ruin. And in a moment, I'm going to show you how it's easy to store as well. There may be a few missing by the time I get to that, though. And here's our last bit. Right there, that smear, that poop smear at the end, that's the last one. It's hot. It's so hot. It's so delicious. Everyone, your guano dessert is served. Welcome back. So they're now cool enough to eat, and as you may have noticed, they don't need plates either. All you need to do is rip them off, like such. Bam! Comes on its own plate. And when you're ready to store them away in the fridge for the night to keep the insects away from them, all you have to do is roll it up. That's what I was saying. Ta-da! Ready for the fridge. Bon appetit!